What's going on, YouTube? Alright, so I'm shooting you guys up with the verses of the week. This week being none other than Solidarity and Burden of the Mighty. Sorry, there's a big glare, so I have these cards really close together. Alrighty then, so let's get started. So Solidarity, continuous spell, see what it says. If you have one original printed type of monster in your graveyard, face the monsters you control with the same type, gain 800. Which means, let's just say you run a deck of all, like mine's like all warriors. If you have a warrior in your graveyard, then all warriors on the field gain 800. Burden of the Mighty, also a continuous spell. Each face-up monster your opponent controls loses 100 attack times its own level. Now, let me start off with Solidarity. Alright, so I actually run both of these cards in my deck, but let me tell you the goods and bads about them. So, for me, Solidarity is a win because I mean, my whole deck consists of warrior type monsters, and once I dump a warrior to the graveyard, let's just say I have a colossal in the graveyard, and I bring out I have a Goyo on my field. Then my Goyo's already at, like 3600 attack, so that ain't too bad with the Solidarity. All original printed type of monsters gain 800. But the only downfall to this card in my deck is the fact that once any card hits the graveyard, then Solidarity's effect is, it's pretty much useless. It's a dead card on your side of the field once another card hits the field. So let's just say I have, alright, he's in my graveyard. Goyo's on my field, and this card's right there. And I'm just using my synchros as examples. I play Stardust. Now my Stardust doesn't get the boost because he's not a warrior, because Colossal's in my graveyard. But if he is sent to the graveyard somehow, not by his effect, just meaning if he just shoots himself to the graveyard, then it pretty much makes Solidarity a dead card. And another card that really messes up my deck with that is when I try blowing up the field with my Black Rose. Yeah, I really fucks things up for my Solidarity, because then Black Rose just kind of sits there and my monsters really just don't even get any attack boost to that. But the good thing about it is, you could take a card like, with my Exile Force, and if I got cards in my graveyard, then a card like Exiled with 1000 attack, you can see that, he shoots up to 1800, which becomes a beater. Solidarity pretty much is like almost like a United We Stand before all your monsters, except for the 800 times for each card in the field. It's a good card. I like it. But if you're not running an archetype of any sort, then you shouldn't run the card. Now, with Burden of the Mighty, cards on your opponent's side of the field lose attack times 100 for each level. Now, I played this card at my locals, and this card actually saved me in a duel. I was playing a Gadget Oppression deck, and the guy, he dumped the Gores on me when I attacked with my Goyo. He dropped the Gores, and I had my Goyo, and he had Gores. Now, with Burden of the Mighty, his token, let's use this as a token, his token, being a 28 beater already, was dropped down to 27, plus his Gores dropped down to 2000. Now, the thing I like about Burden is, when you get cards with super high levels like Gores, Look at 7 stars, 27. He gets shot down to 2,000. So when people just try to dump Gores on your ass, fuck that shit. He loses 700 attack points. But then again, it does have its drawbacks when your opponent's monsters all consist of very low level cards. Like 3 stars. You see, he's 1200 attack, he'd only get shot down to 900. Or even a Judai fighter, you know, like low level cards, they don't really get much of a hurt. And like my Exiled Force, 4 stars, he just shoot down to 600. But you know, I guess it's just the way you run your deck. You know, if you don't run an Archetype, you run all kinds of shit in it, then don't run Solidarity, but try out Burden of the Mighty. It really does come in handy when your opponent like has all those strong monsters on this side of the field, and it kind of forces them to waste their MSTs, that's Tornadoes, on Burden of the Mighty, just to get rid of that burn on their own cards, you know. But overall, I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. Preferably, I like both cards. I run both in my deck, but tell me what you guys think. You know, they're both good cards. Tell me which ones you prefer. So there it is, guys. That's the versus of the week. Solidarity versus Burden of the Mighty. Catch you guys later. Peace.